You guys ever hear about how China has been trying to like extend their power in the Pacific, like especially in the South China Sea?
Ain't nobody like in China right now. It's probably why they trying to build up their numbers.
Oh, they had. I think it was like last month or something like that. They had a skirmish with Indian soldiers at the China-India border. So yeah, they're getting more aggressive with territory.
India's another big ass country they don't want to fuck with. They got numbers too.
Oh yeah, I mean they got like what, close to 1 billion
Yeah,
per population.
yeah, and
Like not even just in the country alone, but like worldwide.
yeah, that's true. All right. So what happened?
So so far, the United States, Japan and India, they've been getting together for like naval exercises in the South China Sea, and recently Australia just joined it. Therefore, starting a group, like an impromptu group called the Big Four. So basically, what this move is to just try and hold off China from expanding their territory in the Pacific, because China's been getting really aggressive with anything and everything related to territory. Like I've heard in some cases,
they own like half of Africa now.
Yep.
Like they fund so much of Africa, and the African countries are like, hell yeah, give us money and you can take over our fucking country.
I mean, like you know how we outsource China, we outsource to India. China, they outsource to Africa and give them business.
Yep.
It's more than outsourced though, because they completely fund. I'm sorry, Xavier. They completely fund. They completely fund the country, and they give them like, hey, you guys want to make money off fucking like something like corn? Okay, dope. We'll fund you farming a bunch of corn, and then we're gonna go ahead and take the 75%. But then watch them give you like $58 million a year or some shit. And Africa's like, hell yeah, dog. But meanwhile, you know what I mean? You know how China is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's funnier when it's even funnier when before people talked about how peaceful China is because they're not involved in war. Well, funny thing about that is that they have Chinese private military contractors in both Africa and the Middle East in order to secure resources.
China is peaceful because they dictate everything. It's peaceful because the people are scared of the government.
Yep.
That's how they keep the peace.
I've heard in some cases, like, I mean, kind of segueing back to the article, kind of, is that, like, I've heard some cases where the Chinese military is actually building, or has been building, artificial islands in the Pacific in order to expand their own territorial power.
Yeah. I heard about that too. And then, like, they want to be like, hey, planes can't fly over this anymore. And everyone else in the world,
which therefore controls airspace too.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, come on, China, you're not slick. And America's like, nah, bro, we're gonna fly over this bitch.
Yeah. But America actually have plans to fuck China, because we're gonna be moving. Actually, it's already happening. We're moving our manufacturing from China. It's going to be moving over to either Africa, if we want to try to provide more business to Africa and try to win them over, or Mexico or Vietnam, because those are predicted to be the next superpowers, because manufacturing in China, the cost has risen. So
yo, real quick, Tree, I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
That's your fucking no, I'm just joking. I'm gonna go leave. I'm gonna come back. All right. Or I might not come back, but I'll see you later.
All right.
Peace. Rest in peace, Burpee Boy Ben.
Oh my god, I'm so glad.
And Miss America is triggered.
Remember, everyone, if you share and like the end of our video or our live, 1 like equals 1 prayer for Ben to stop burping.
Please. Oh my god.
God damn it. Everyone, go in the comments. Please type in #CancelTree.
I was channeling Ben. but yeah. Go on.
So I made a slight mistake in what they're actually called. Like, not the Big Four. They're called the Quad countries.
Oh,
I don't get the naming, but it's like they clearly should have chosen someone better for naming like strategic coalitions, especially when you're trying to, keep a power crazed, power hungry country like China in check.
oh, and America says hashtag cancel burping.
Oh my god, please. Like,
Yes,
everybody
please.
comment that, so they won't still stop burping.
That way, Tree doesn't have to edit it out at the end.
Oh, y'all think it's edited out?
Editing it out, my screaming.
But yeah, like the way I think shit's gonna go down from a business perspective. We bring a lot of business to China, and China brings a lot of business to us. Like the reason why China actually developed so fast as it did, because they are the world's manufacturers.
Yeah, because a lot of countries, in terms of like their businesses, they found that outsourcing to China is going to prove a lot better for their profit in the long term.
Yep.
And short term too. But the problem with that is that you're therefore making your infrastructure rely entirely on another country. Well, what happens when that country decides to turn on you and be like, "Hey, fuck you, dickhead! I'm gonna go to war with you, and so now I have control of your supplies."
Yep. And that's just bad business right there. Like if you can't if you can't sustain your own business and have to rely on somebody else, like you said, what if that somebody somebody else decides to fuck you over, or that somebody else isn't reliable anymore, or they're not always going to be there, or they're not always going to have you prioritize you. They're always going to look out for themselves first.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen like during the first Corona outbreak? Like, since everything was done in China, and they got it first, like there was delays in other countries because like they were sick at the moment, so they couldn't do shit.
Yeah, you couldn't really buy PPE because the demand even in like late January, before we had lockdowns in the US starting in mid-March. Starting early as January, like you couldn't even really get PPE that well, even here in the US, because it was all of it was being manufactured in China, and then their manufacturing processes were being slowed down in their countries. So it is what it is when it comes to like a pandemic affecting infrastructure.
Yep. So basically, coming from a business perspective, like that's it. Like the situation y'all were just talking about, relying on one country didn't really help us out. So it's the three countries that I mentioned: Africa, Mexico, and Vietnam.
Africa's a continent, bro.
Oh yeah. You know what I mean.
Do I really?
And let's throw India in the mix too. If we divide shit up to where we can get particular products, and then we won't be putting all our eggs in one basket.
Oh yeah, pretty much all of Southeast Asia, you're going to get some form of like cheap labor, because labor is viewed as a not that valuable resource, so they got plenty of it, so therefore labor is cheap over there.
Oh yeah, and Miss America says Africa will cancel the stream.
Probably.
Oh well, Africa, come on with it. I got America on our side. Oh, and Canada, you got us.
Yeah, I got you guys.
Oh, hey, Anna.
Right. But from like a territory / military standpoint, the thing is that when you're moving a massive navy or a massive army into other people's well, not quite into other people's territory, but more like if you get really close to them, countries usually view that as an act of hostility, people have gone to war over that type of shit. So this is basically just pressure from China. Like they just want to keep expanding more and more into the Pacific, so that then basically they control both the sea and air. Although they haven't really made much strides in the Asia landmass. They kind of have with India, but that's about it.
And to respond to Miss America's comment, labor is cheap when people are being exploited. That's the whole point. Whole point of outsourcing. The only reason why we outsource is so we can run our businesses at a higher profit. That's one of the main reasons Americans are bitching about there being less jobs. I mean, Americans, they don't want to do these type of jobs that we're giving out to them anyways. And, for that cheap, if they're willing to do it for that cheap, it wouldn't be livable wages with our high economy over here.
Yeah, to a degree, I think it kind of is a two-way street.
Yeah,
because there are plenty of people that also don't want to do the jobs, but at the same time, there's also the other side where people are complaining about all these American jobs being outsourced to other countries.
All right. Then I say to those people, are you willing to make shoes for $1.50 an hour, if even?
Now, I think what's really dangerous is when Silicon Valley does, or basically any company that deals with technology decides to do business in China, because that's how like trade secrets also get stolen and copied. That actually has been shown as a tactic among the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. Like they would send certain business individuals so that then they could conduct business espionage.
All right. Oh, Xavier, can you read can you read Cliff's comment?
Whose comment?
Oh, Cliff's is on Facebook. It's a long comment. Let me okay. He says us companies are paying those who are the poorest to be labored for cheap.
U.S. companies, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. U.S. companies paying for cheap products and as well labor. The problem is how many Americans get put out of a job for the profit of big companies. I mean, like that's just how business works. Like, I mean, yeah. It's not like business. It's not very. I guess it's not looking so much out for the employees, but rather than the stockholders, rather than the higher revenues, higher profit. That's how.
Which unfortunately, with shareholders, it's because they put pressure on the companies that they invested in.
Yeah.
So therefore, all these companies are like all the major corporations strive for trying to achieve a short-term profit gain.
Yeah.
Because then they can prove to their shareholders, hey, we are doing well right now, so please keep giving us more of your money.
But my philosophy, like personally, my philosophy is like I'd rather look out for the consumers and the employees, because they're the ones that really runs the company and keeps the company running. And if a shareholder don't see that, then I don't want their money.
Yeah, unfortunately, not enough companies have this exact mindset.
Yeah, and also think about it. The shareholders and the investors, like they're right now they're of an older generation. They have a different mindset. So that's actually one of the benefits. One of the benefits of millennials, millennials, getting up there and gaining fortunes and being able to sit on these boards. I guess it's also part of woke culture that understands these philosophies, these concepts. So and also the older generations, they don't understand like these ethical issues as much as as younger generations too. So
You know, it's kind of funny. Something that I've read online was it was something along the lines of like other generations that were previous to boomers talked about how privileged the boomers are.
Mhm.
So it's like I can't recall what the generation it was that fought in World War II, but it's funny how when you get input from that generation about what they think of boomers, they talk about how privileged the boomers are.
no, if you look at it, the boomers, they were during their time, they were actually able to make more money and pay less for a house, and pay less for for gas, pay less for essentials.
Well, but then again, you gotta think in the case of our currency was worth way more back then.
Yeah, and that's why they were able to pay less.
Like every decade is just in a huge increase in inflation, and like our dollar really isn't, U.S. dollar really isn't doing well.
Yeah.
Like it's just getting worse.
Yeah, that also has to do with they had a way lower national deficit. They had to worry about, what I do. I always compare the value of our dollar to like the current gas price. Like the lower our gas price is, the better our dollar value is. And that's like a little business metric.
Although, doesn't that have to do more with OPEC being in control of the oil prices?
I mean, like there's a correlation with that also, but it's just like a simple simple way to see our value.
I don't know, because I just can't see how oil prices determine like the value of our currency. Because I mean, if you look in the cases of like the past 20 years, we've printed a lot of U.S. dollars, and the problem with that is that we don't have our currency backed up by anything. It's backed up on, I don't remember what the exact term is, but basically the idea is that our currency is on the idea that it's a rare commodity. So the more U.S. dollars you make, the less value that it gets.
Yeah, that's true, because like we're printing money, and also, Kenna, the American people would like to know: are you too high for this?
Maybe she's feeling too woke for this conversation now.
Kind of, and like I'm just hearing you guys talk, and I'm like, fuck, freaking the Canadian dollar is like 77 cents compared to your guys' dollar. Fucking, I'm just like, you guys are talking about your dollar being cheap. I'm just thinking like about mine. I'm like, fuck.
Hashtag Canadian dollars matter.
Hey, just give it a little bit. If we keep giving out these stimulus checks, that'll work in y'all's favor.
Well, I mean, actually, that brings up another interesting thing. Is like, I've heard countless times about like why there isn't another stimulus check coming for all Americans, and it's like, where's the government going to get the money from?
They're printing the money.
Yeah, I would figure.
So, but I mean, that was the resolution.
But I mean, that's a whole nother topic.
Oh yeah, we can go a whole episode about that. And and the people said we need Kenna every episode, preferably on a different different recreations each episode.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be a science experiment.
Send me acid and I'll agree.
Oh, I know a guy.
Oh yeah. Just put it in a birthday card and send it my way.
All right.
My birthday was in August.
All right. Oh, and America says if we really think about it, the concept of money is whack.
Oh, yeah. That's an understatement. Yeah. That is an understatement.
I wonder I always wondered what it would be like if we all lived in a society of just like service transactions. Instead of having money, we each provide everybody with a type of service. Like I help you out with this, you help me out with that. rather than paying a monetary driven society.
So like a bartering system like the past.
Yeah.
Schemy
I
business
don't know.
idea.
So here's the thing. Like I mean, I agree with America saying like with the idea of like concept of money being whack. I totally get it, but at the same time, it's like how can we incentivize people to really work? I guess because I mean the way I see it is that maybe you do something for me and I do something for you may not be enough.
Hey, if you don't work, you don't eat. No.
True, but I don't know. I just find it hard that that we can just easily revert back to.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Days.
We're way too reliant on money. But like another one of my philosophy: you don't work, you don't eat.
I just all that talk just makes me want to like open up a trading post. Like you can either bring money or bring something to trade, and then you go fucking buy something else.
Kenna's General Store.
Yeah, Kenna's trading post. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess outside of trading services, you can trade goods too.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you have pasta one night, and I have turkey, and I have a bunch of turkey, and I might want pasta that night. I'll bring you a piece of turkey.
Yeah, but I was just thinking like, if I had like a dispensary or two or something like that, like you could either bring like $20 for your 2 grams, or you could bring like, I don't know, a case of pop, like, or 2 cases of pop, something that equals the amount.
Yeah.
And then I could trade, and then I could sell the pop and still have my other goods, or I could have the money. Like,
yeah, we both have to agree on it, and I think it'll spark up more communication between people. It'll spark up more discussions and agreements between people, and it'll build up bonds.
For the Americans in the audience, pop is Canadian for soda.
Jane talking.
Oh my god!
She ain't talking about smacking nobody in the face, nothing like that. Hey, I popped you once, you popped me twice.
I didn't notice that. Soda sounds more lame than pop.
Today on Hooked on Canadian Phonics, we go over the term pop.
Oh, I can't believe you caught that.
I hear all and I see all.
All right. All right. So it's been an hour 15 minutes. All right. Any last remarks on the quadra powers and the neighborhoods?
Yeah, Canada. Any thoughts?
It's not.
We're gonna start 2020 with World War II or 3. I'm looking behind.
Fun facts, ladies and gentlemen. World War II ended in 1945.
All right. So on that note, y'all look out for our stream of Among Us later. A collabo between Kavi JDL Productions, Shayla Hua from Canada.
QB Kaze, you mean?
Yeah, QB Kaze, my bad.
Okay.
Park Ave, America Luna of Devil in the Details. Y'all check them out. Let us know what you think about this article and our opinions in the comments. And for more daily viral news, hit that subscribe button and that bell. This was TBG Spills the Tea, coming at ya with daily viral news. Catch us on the next one.